JavaScript. JavaScript was initially created to make web pages alive. The programs in this language are called scripts. They can be written right in a web page's HTML and run automatically as the page loads. Why is it called JavaScript? When JavaScript was created, it initially had another name, LiveScript. But Java was very popular at that time, so it was decided that positioning a new language as a younger brother of Java would help. The browser has an embedded engine sometimes called a JavaScript virtual machine. Different engines have different codenames. For example, V8 in Chrome, Opera and Edge. SpiderMonkey in Firefox. There are other codenames like Chakra for IE, JavaScript Core, Nitro and Squirrelfish for Safari, etc. What makes JavaScript unique? There are at least 3 great things about JavaScript. Full integration with HTML CSS. Simple things are done simply. Supported by all major browsers and enabled by default. JavaScript is a high-level, versatile, and widely used programming language primarily known for its role in web development. It allows developers to add interactivity, manipulate web page content, and create dynamic user experiences within web applications. Here are some key features of JavaScript. 1. Scripting language. JavaScript is often referred to as a scripting language because it is typically embedded within HTML documents and executed by web browsers. It enables client-side scripting, meaning that it runs on the user's device rather than on a remote server. 2. Interactivity. JavaScript is essential for creating interactive web pages. It can respond to user actions like clicks, input forms, and mouse movements, making web applications more dynamic and engaging. 3. Cross-platform. JavaScript is supported by all major web browsers, including Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Edge, making it a cross-platform language for web development. 4. Front-end development. JavaScript is primarily used for front-end web development. It allows developers to manipulate the document object model, DOM, which represents the structure and content of a web page. This manipulation can be used to update content, handle user input, and create animations. 5. Backend development. While JavaScript is mainly associated with front-end development, it can also be used for backend development. Node.js, a runtime environment for executing JavaScript on the server side, has gained popularity for building scalable and efficient server applications. 6. Libraries and frameworks. JavaScript has a rich ecosystem of libraries and frameworks, such as React, Angular, and Vue.js, that simplify and accelerate the development of web applications. These libraries provide pre-built components and tools for building complex user interfaces. 7. Asynchronous programming. JavaScript supports asynchronous programming using callbacks, promises, and async await, which is crucial for handling tasks like fetching data from servers, making API requests, and performing non-blocking operations. 8. Open standard. JavaScript is an open standard defined by the ECMA script specification. This means that multiple implementations, example, V8 in Chrome, SpiderMonkey in Firefox, adhere to the same set of language features and syntax rules. 9. Dynamic typing. JavaScript is a dynamically typed language, which means that variables can change types during runtime. This flexibility can be both advantageous and challenging, depending on how it's used. JavaScript plays a fundamental role in modern web development, enabling the creation of responsive and interactive web applications that run seamlessly in web browsers across different devices. It has evolved over the years with new features and improvements, making it a versatile and powerful language for web development. Code editors for JavaScript. A code editor is the place where programmers spend most of their time. Some of the code editors area as follows. Visual Studio Code, cross-platform, free. WebStorm, cross-platform, paid. Sublime Text, cross-platform, shareware. Notepad++, Windows, free. Vim and Emacs are also cool if you know how to use them. Application area of JavaScript. JavaScript programming has a wide range of applications across various domains, primarily due to its versatility and the ubiquity of web browsers. Here are some common applications of JavaScript. 1. Web development. Client-side scripting. JavaScript is primarily used for creating interactive and dynamic web pages. It can be used to update content, validate forms, handle user interactions, and create animations. Front-end frameworks. JavaScript frameworks like React, Angular, and Vue.js are used to build complex web applications with reusable components, routing, and state management. Data visualization. Libraries such as d3.js and chart.js enable developers to create interactive charts, graphs, and data visualizations. Single-page applications, sparse, which load a single HTML page and dynamically update content, rely heavily on JavaScript for rendering and routing. 2. Server-side development. Node.js. JavaScript can be used on the server side with Node.js to build scalable and high-performance server applications. It's used for web servers, RESTful APIs, and real-time applications. 3. Mobile app development. React Native, JavaScript, along with React, is used to develop cross-platform mobile applications for iOS and Android using a single codebase. 4. Game development. HTML5 games. JavaScript is used in conjunction with HTML5 and Canvas elements to create browser-based games. 5. Desktop applications. Electron, JavaScript, along with HTML and CSS, can be used to build cross-platform desktop applications using Electron. 6. Browser extensions. JavaScript is used to develop browser extensions add-ons for popular browsers like Chrome, Firefox, and Edge. 7. Web APIs and AJAX. JavaScript can make asynchronous requests to web servers using technologies like XML-REST or the more modern Fetch API to retrieve and update data without refreshing the entire page. 8. User authentication. JavaScript is commonly used to implement user authentication and authorization mechanisms in web applications. 9. Content Management Systems, CMS. CMS platforms like WordPress and Joomla often use JavaScript for enhancing the user interface and adding custom functionality. 10. Real-time applications. Technologies like WebSockets and server-sent events, SSE, enable real-time communication between clients and servers, making JavaScript suitable for chat applications, online gaming, and collaborative tools. 11. Data manipulation and parsing. JavaScript can be used to parse and manipulate JSON data, XML data, and perform data transformations. 12. Web animations. JavaScript can create animations and transitions, providing visually appealing user experiences on websites. 13. Browser automation. Tools like Puppeteer use JavaScript to automate web browser tasks for testing, web scraping, and other purposes. 14. IoT, Internet of Things. JavaScript can be used in IoT projects with platforms like Johnny5 and Tessel for controlling hardware devices and sensors. 15. Machine learning and AI. Libraries like TensorFlow.js and Brain.js enable the development of machine learning and AI applications using JavaScript. JavaScript's versatility and extensive ecosystem of libraries and frameworks make it a valuable tool for a wide range of applications in web development, mobile app development, and beyond. Its importance in the software development landscape continues to grow as new technologies and frameworks are introduced. Advantage and disadvantage of JavaScript. JavaScript is a versatile and widely used programming language with various advantages and disadvantages depending on its application and context. Here is an overview of the pros and cons of JavaScript. Advantages of JavaScript. 1. Client-side interactivity. JavaScript enables dynamic, interactive, and responsive user interfaces on websites, making web applications more engaging and user-friendly. 2. Wide browser support. JavaScript is supported by all major web browsers, ensuring compatibility for a broad range of users. 3. Lightweight. JavaScript is a lightweight language that doesn't require installation or additional software on the user's device, making it accessible and efficient for web development. 4. Rich ecosystem. JavaScript has a vast ecosystem of libraries, frameworks, and plugins that simplify development and accelerate project completion. Example: React, Angular, Vue.js, jQuery. 5. Asynchronous programming. JavaScript supports asynchronous programming, which is crucial for tasks like fetching data from servers and making non-blocking I/O operations. 6. Server-side development. Node.js allows developers to use JavaScript on the server side, creating a unified language for full-stack development. 7. Community and resources. JavaScript has a large and active developer community, which means abundant documentation, tutorials, and support resources are available. 8. Cross-platform. JavaScript can be used for web, mobile, and desktop development, thanks to frameworks like React Native and Electron. Disadvantages of JavaScript. 1. Browser compatibility. While JavaScript is well supported in modern browsers, older browsers may have inconsistencies or limited support, leading to compatibility issues. 2. Security concerns. As a client-side language, JavaScript code is visible to anyone viewing the source code, potentially exposing vulnerabilities. Proper security practices are essential. 3. Performance. JavaScript execution speed can be slower than natively compiled languages like C++ or Java. However, modern JavaScript engines, example, V8, have improved performance significantly. 4. Asynchronous complexity. Asynchronous programming can lead to callback hell, nested callbacks, or overly complex code if not managed properly. Promises and async await have helped mitigate this issue. 5. SEO challenges. Search engine optimization, SEO, can be more challenging with single-page applications, sparse, built primarily with client-side. JavaScript because search engines may not easily index dynamic content. 6. Debugging. Debugging complex JavaScript applications can be challenging, especially with asynchronous code and complex interactions. 7. Memory management. JavaScript relies on automatic memory management, garbage collection, which can lead to occasional memory leaks if developers are not careful. 8. Global scope issues. JavaScript's default behavior can lead to variable scope issues if not managed properly, potentially causing unexpected behavior or conflicts in large codebases. 9. Learning curve. While JavaScript is relatively easy to learn for basic tasks, mastering advanced concepts and dealing with the quirks of the language can be challenging. In summary, JavaScript is a powerful and versatile programming language with a wide range of applications, but it has its own set of challenges and considerations. Developers should carefully assess its pros and cons in the context of their specific project requirements and use best practices to mitigate potential issues. Difference between server-side scripting and client-side scripting. Server-side scripting and client-side scripting are two distinct approaches to scripting in web development, and they serve different purposes within the context of building web applications. Here are the key differences between server-side scripting and client-side scripting. 1. Execution location. Server-side scripting. In server-side scripting, the script code is executed on the web server. The server processes the script and sends the resulting HTML or other content to the client's browser. The client only receives the final output. Client-side scripting. In client-side scripting, the script code is executed in the user's web browser. The server typically sends HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files to the client, and the browser interprets and runs the JavaScript code locally. 2. Processing time. Server-side scripting. Server-side scripts are executed before the web page is sent to the client's browser. This means that server-side scripting can perform tasks like database interactions, authentication, and server-specific operations. It's typically used for tasks that don't require user interaction and need to be processed on the server. Client-side scripting. Client-side scripts run in real time on the user's device, allowing for immediate interactivity and responsiveness. They can respond to user actions like clicks, input, and mouse movements without requiring a round trip to the server. This makes client-side scripting suitable for enhancing user interfaces and creating dynamic web experiences. 3. Security. Server-side scripting. Server-side scripting is generally more secure for sensitive operations and data handling because the code and logic are executed on the server, hidden from the client. Access to server-side scripts can be controlled more effectively. Client-side scripting. Client-side scripts are visible to anyone who views the source code of a web page. While client-side code can be obfuscated and certain security measures can be taken, it's inherently less secure for operations that involve sensitive data. 4. Network traffic. Server-side scripting. Server-side scripting may require more network traffic because the server generates and sends complete HTML pages to the client. This can result in slower page loads, especially for content-rich websites. Client-side scripting. Client-side scripting can reduce network traffic since the server sends data and templates, and the client's browser assembles the final page. This can lead to faster page rendering and a smoother user experience. 5. Compatibility. Server-side scripting. Server-side scripts are not dependent on the user's browser. They are compatible with all browsers since they only require server support. Client-side scripting. Client-side scripts depend on the user's browser and its JavaScript engine. While JavaScript is well supported in modern browsers, compatibility issues can arise when dealing with older browsers or specific browser quirks. 6. Use cases. Server-side scripting. Common use cases include handling database operations, user authentication, server-side form validation, and generating dynamic content based on user requests. Client-side scripting. Common use cases include enhancing user interfaces with animations, real-time updates, client-side form validation, and creating interactive web applications. In many web applications, both server-side and client-side scripting are used together to leverage their respective strengths. Server-side scripting handles tasks like processing forms, accessing databases, and managing user accounts, while client-side scripting provides a responsive and interactive user experience. This combination allows developers to create powerful and dynamic web applications. Why JavaScript is known as dynamic programming language. JavaScript is known as a dynamic programming language because of its dynamic typing and dynamic behavior at runtime. Here are the key reasons why JavaScript is considered dynamic. 1. Dynamic typing. In JavaScript, variable types are determined dynamically at runtime rather than statically at compile time. This means that you can assign different types of values to the same variable during the execution of a program. For example, a variable can hold a number, a string, or even a function, and its type can change as needed. This dynamic typing allows for flexibility but requires careful handling to avoid unexpected type-related issues. 2. Dynamic memory allocation. JavaScript manages memory dynamically, automatically allocating and deallocating memory as needed. Developers do not need to explicitly allocate memory for variables or objects, and JavaScript's garbage collector handles memory cleanup when objects are no longer referenced. 3. Dynamic functionality. JavaScript allows you to modify the structure and behavior of objects and functions at runtime. You can add, remove, or modify properties and methods of objects dynamically. This feature, combined with the ability to define functions within functions, closures, enables dynamic behavior in JavaScript programs. 4. Dynamic evaluation. JavaScript provides the eval function, which allows you to evaluate code in the form of strings dynamically at runtime. This can be a powerful but potentially risky feature, as it can introduce security vulnerabilities if not used carefully. 5. Prototypal inheritance. JavaScript uses a prototypal inheritance model, which allows objects to inherit properties and methods from other objects dynamically. This enables flexible and dynamic object-oriented programming. 6. Dynamic DOM manipulation. JavaScript is often used for manipulating the document object model (DOM) of web pages dynamically. You can add, remove, or modify HTML elements and their attributes in response to user interactions or other events, creating dynamic and interactive web applications. 7. Dynamic event handling. JavaScript enables the dynamic attachment and removal of event handlers to respond to user actions, such as clicks and keystrokes, in real time. These dynamic features of JavaScript contribute to its flexibility and versatility. However, they also require developers to be cautious and maintain good coding practices to prevent unexpected behavior and errors. The dynamic nature of JavaScript makes it well-suited for tasks that involve user interactions, real-time updates, and dynamic content generation on web pages.